Hi, I'm Ben Eubanks, Chief Research Officer at Lighthouse Research and Advisory, and I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about dotin. So I've had the chance in the last month or two to really spend some time with the team there. I've known them for a few years, but just recently had a chance to spend some time with the team, understanding more about what they're offering. And I want to take a few minutes to talk about some of those different solutions today. Increasingly in our research, we're seeing that employers are looking for tools that help them in an unbiased way to evaluate candidates that they have. They're also looking for ways to do that throughout the employment process, right? For talent ability, things like that. And that's one of the things that I think is interesting about how dotin's approach this, because it's unlike a lot of the other assessments that you might run across. Their completion time isn't measured in tens of minutes, right? It's not a 30-minute process. It's quick, it's easy. It takes honestly less than 2 minutes when I tested it myself personally. And the fun of it is that it can be used. Number one, there's a ton of science behind it. This you can see here on the website. Like they have a tab just for the science. You can see the patents and everything else that goes into it, because that was the first thing I wanted to push on as an analyst. I'm supposed to be a little skeptical, and so I was digging into the science behind it. And they have a tremendous amount of validation behind this. But what's exciting for me is that this can be used in several different ways, right? For example, we're seeing in the data that more companies are using remote workers and planning to use more remote workers, do more remote and virtual hiring. Well, the problem is for a lot of companies is they're not sure which of those people are going to be the right fit. So there's actually a tool within the dotin assessment that allows you with one checkbox to filter for those people who have the right qualities to be a good work from home or virtual employee. They also have sourcing tools to allow you to search this massive database of candidates to find people. And again, it's vetted. It's not just a raw list of individuals that meet a search criteria, but it's a list of individuals that meet your criteria based on what you're looking for as a company. They also have screening tools, as you would expect from an assessment perspective. And again, their case studies, as you can see, they have some great case studies on the website. If you want to dig into those, they help with everything, right? The common use cases like sales are absolutely there, but they're seeing other places as well where employees who are hired using those tools see greater retention, greater performance, greater longevity. And I call that the compound interest of a great employee, right? A great hire. It's not just that they do a good job. It's that they do a good job, they stick around longer, right? And they're often an advocate and they refer other people who do a good job as well. So there's lots of benefits from getting the right people in the door. And quality of hire has always been this thing that people have struggled with, honestly. We did a study a few years ago, asked employers what's the most important criteria you're looking for, what's the most important metric on the hiring side. And the number one thing was, it wasn't cost, it wasn't time, it was quality of hire. But in the follow-up interviews, we said, tell us about that. What does that mean for your company? And almost without fail, the response was, well, we're not sure. We know it's important, but we're not sure how to measure that. Tools like this allow you to measure that quality, to see who's sticking around, to see who's performing long-term. And that's what matters in the long run. So again, I'm impressed with the work they're doing there. They're doing work as well on reskilling and really engaging and connecting with people. So there's lots of different applications for this tool in the workplace. And increasingly, as we're more virtual, we need to understand the people we have inside the organization. And if you're looking for that kind of help, give dotin a look.